One of my favorite memories, one of my best, what is it? What are we talking about?
Why are we here?
What day is it? I haven't had American tamales. Have you?
From Taco Bell? Sure he doesn't say, yeah, llega Navidad. No. Okay.
Llega Navidad. Okay. Hi folks, it's Anya and Victor from Carambadas.com.
Hello.
This is a very special time of the year when we get to eat tamales. My favorite time of the year. I've got this beautiful lady here beside me who's going to talk about earliest Christmas memories. And she's going to tell us about some experiences growing up. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know what your favorite experience of Navidad was growing up. Stick around if you want to find out what country makes the best tamales this season.
My earliest Christmas memory would have to be probably when my parents bought their first home. They, I think we had a fake tree the first time we were there, but just running down the stairs with my sisters and getting that first glimpse of the tree with presents, and it was just a really exciting feeling to witness that, because you see the tree the day before and you put out the milk and cookies, and we were, I guess, very not traditional, but I would say Americanized in that sense with the whole Santa thing, but to see that the cookies were gone and the milk was gone and the presents were there, it was just a really exciting feeling to see all that put together. And our parents probably stayed up the whole night putting it all together. So it was, now as a parent, I understand that. But anyway, that was my earliest memory of Christmas. Just that fun feeling. What about you? What's your earliest memory of Christmas?
I remember being about 5 years old and helping hang up some Christmas lights at an apartment we were living in shortly after migrating to the United States. And I put my finger in the socket, and I haven't done it again since.
The family traditions that I had in my household were from a little bit from Costa Rica, a little bit from Guatemala. My mom's Guatemalan, my dad's Costa Rican. Of course, many can relate, we all made tamales. So we traditionally made our tamales from Costa Rica. And my sisters and I helped with the whole assembly process. And my mom's specialty was making ponche. She loved putting it all together, and we would drink it. And I like it more as an adult. I wasn't too big on dried fruits and all that flavors, but now I guess your palate changes as you get older. And then another tradition of ours was to wait to the morning of Christmas Day to open gifts. We didn't celebrate Noche Buena like a lot of people do. What are your Christmas traditions when you were growing up that you remember?
I didn't have a silver spoon growing up.
I didn't either. I didn't either. Maybe in comparison to you.
I feel like I was very lucky to grow up in a big household. It was 12 of us growing up, and number 9 of 12. Both of my parents are Salvadoreños. I was born in El Salvador and imported at the early age of 5. Being number 9 of 12, we had a very big household, and Christmases at our house were action-packed. Everybody had their friends over, my parents' friends, my older siblings' friends, and we always had more people than we can fit in the basement of whatever house we were living in at the time. It was always a lot of fun. We didn't have many presents, however, but we always had tamales to unwrap in the morning.
Best gift? If I had to pick one special childhood Christmas memory, it would be the first year we got a real tree. My parents and I and my sisters, I kind of vaguely remember we went out, I think it was like one of those parking lots with a bunch of trees, and we just picked one. But I just remember the smell of that tree in our home and taking it, and it was just it was really nice to have that smell of pine. The tree was, Christmas was over. We had the tree dry up. I think my dad chopped it up and we threw it in our fireplace. And I remember the smell of it burning and the smell of pine and just like chopped firewood. It was just a really nice smell. So if I could put it in a candle, I will.
One of my favorite Christmas childhood memories is when we were living in Maryland. We already had the house. My oldest brother, Cristobal, was living with us, and he was working at a Radio Shack at the time. That was one of the stores that sold a lot of electronics for the younger folks out there who don't know what a Radio Shack is. But he had enough time to kind of get a gist of what we might like. And that one was one of my favorite Christmases because that year I got a radio, a portable battery-operated radio from him, and also a little game. It wasn't a Game Boy or anything traditional. It was probably Radio Shack brand, but it was a shooting game, and it was one of my favorite memories of Christmas.
Nice.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay. Funniest Christmas memory was when shortly after moving in our house, I decided that Christmas to get Victor a recliner, and I wasn't able to bring it in the house by myself, so I asked my mom to help me. Victor had already gone into bed, and so my mom and I were bringing it in the house. We just got a dog that year, and she was getting used to us, new to the family and everything. We got her in October, but we're making, I guess, a bunch of noise bringing this big box into the house because it was in a giant box. And she starts barking her head off and wakes Victor up. He comes running out. He sees us with this big box and cat's out of the bag, and no more surprise for you. So
One special memory I have is when we were already at a townhouse after having lived in the apartment for a few months. For a few friends from church knew that we were new in the United States and needed to get adjusted. So they came by. We already had our tree. It was a plastic tree from Kmart. We didn't do the real stuff.
I had plastic for a while.
And they came by and helped us decorate it. And they spent a lot of time with us kids, helping us make paper decorations. And we were so proud of the way that tree ended up. The next morning we woke up and all that stuff was down because my parents went back to the store and bought some store-bought decorations. So all of our stuff that we worked so hard for the day prior was gone. They didn't find it too amusing, so I guess
that explains
a lot. Memory. Christmas now with kids is totally different than it was growing up. It's completely not about me. It's completely not about us. It's all about them. And to me, Christmas is about passing down the traditions that we had growing up and making sure that they can value and appreciate what they have now and what their roots are.
What does Christmas mean to me? It's pretty much the same. We're parents now, so it's definitely not about us. And definitely sharing that experience with them of our traditions, making sure they drink lots of ponche, eat lots of tamales, listen to a lot of Christmas music in English and in Spanish, and just making sure that they embrace it and have that special memory that they can one day share with their family.
So what's your favorite Christmas song in Español?
It's hard to pick one. I like the Marco Antonio Solis song.
Llega Navidad.
Yeah, that one. What's your favorite Christmas song of all time?
One of my favorite all-time Christmas songs is Jose Feliciano's Feliz Navidad, and ironically, both of our kids love that song as well.
We'd love to hear from you and hear what Christmas means to you. What was your funniest memory as a kid growing up? What your favorite traditions are? What you want to pass to your children? Any of those questions that we talked about today, we'd love to hear and have you share with us. And we'd like to read your comments. Putting together the Christmas collection, I wanted to grab different parts of Christmas and kind of make different spins on it. For instance, this ponche shirt, I wanted to make it very Christmassy, very homey. You see a lot of your reindeers and fonts and different things that you see on a lot of, I guess, an Americanized slogan or Merry Christmas or different things that I guess you would see on an American shirt. I really don't know how to describe it, but I wanted to keep that American feel on something more traditional that I think our culture would appreciate, whether it's ponche, whether it's pupusas. The ugly Christmas sweater theme is a big theme for Christmas time. I wanted to bring that idea also. Whether you're here for the pupusas, the tamales, I think that it's nice to have your representation on a shirt on a party, at a family get-together, making tamales. It's nice to have different traditions on shirts. I would say inspiration for Carambadas is to bring the Orgullo Latino, whether you're from Central America, South America, Spain. I think everybody has different traditions as a Latino, and it's nice to have it displayed on a shirt and be proud of your heritage and bring it up to light to show the world your traditions and where you come from. I think it's important to always remember that.
We're very excited about 2024. We've got a lot of wonderful ideas and we can't wait to share them with you. One of them is this channel. We hope to have a lot of videos with interviewing folks that inspire and that make us all proud of being Latinos living abroad, in our case, living in the United States. Thank you for sticking around till the end. We want to ask everyone to chime in and let us know what they think the best tamal is. I've had the honor of having Mexican tamales, Guatemalan tamales, Costa Rican tamales, Salvadoran tamales. One of these years, we had 3 different tamales on our table. We had Guatemalan tamales, Costa Rican tamales, and Salvadoran tamales. And we had some non-biased voters, 2 of them do a tasting and gave us their final result. So can you reveal those results?
Drum roll. It wasn't Guatemala or Costa Rica. It was El Salvador.
Of course. I'm sure no one is surprised. No, I'm kidding. It just happened to be a good batch of Salvadoran tamales that night.
Yeah.
But I certainly enjoy Guatemalan and Costa Rican tamales as well. They all have their unique flavors and textures, and that's the best thing about them. You have choices.
Exactly. It tells you where you're from. I mean, from Mexico, there's, I don't even know how many various amounts of flavors of, I mean, depends on the region you're from, like different places. So it's pretty cool to see that tradition.
Please share this video with a friend if we didn't mention their country and you want to give them a fair shot at voting for their country's tamal.
Let's see who wins.
Yeah. All right, I think it's a fair start. We good?